Hey, welcome. Today, we're diving into the art of the argument. We're going to break down how to build a rock-solid case for your beliefs, and, maybe even more importantly, how to spot when someone else's argument is, well, built on sand.
Think about it. Every single day, we're just bombarded with information. You've got ads, articles, social media, even friends. They're all trying to convince us of something. So, in all of that noise, how do you actually decide what's true?
Because arguments are everywhere, and learning to navigate them is basically a superpower. So let's get into a simple but really powerful principle that will show you exactly how.
And here it is. This is the single most important idea from our source material today. Not all evidence is created equal. Some proof is rock solid, and some is built on sand. And understanding that difference, that's the key to everything.
So, how do we tell the difference? Well, let's open up what I like to call our evidence toolkit and learn how to sort the strong from the weak.
Okay, let's break down what's in our toolkit. You've got your strong evidence, right? Things like a verifiable fact from a credible source like the CDC, or a statistic from a real research study. An expert opinion, like a pediatrician's take on motor skills, that carries a lot of weight too. But then you get to the weaker stuff, like a personal anecdote. Hearing my cousin loves swimming is a nice story for sure, but it's not data. It's just one person's experience.
So, just to recap and really let it sink in. On one side, you have the heavy hitters. Facts, statistics, expert opinions. That's your solid foundation. On the other, you've got weaker supports like personal anecdotes or unverified stories. An argument that's built on those is always going to be on shaky ground. All right, you've got the toolkit. Now it's time to actually use it. We're going to look at a few examples, and I want you to decide, is the evidence strong or is it weak? Let's see how you do. Okay, here's our first one. Picture someone trying to convince you that breakfast is important. And they say this. In a recent study, 3 out of 4 students improved their memory by eating breakfast.
So, what do you think? Strong or weak?
If you said strong, you are absolutely right. This is a classic statistic pulled right from a study. It's exactly the kind of solid evidence we're looking for.
Okay, next round. Same topic, different argument. Someone just says, everyone I know skips breakfast, and they're fine.
All right, what's the verdict on this one? Strong or weak?
And yeah, this one is weak. Why? Because everyone I know isn't data. It's just a collection of personal anecdotes. It might feel true to the speaker, but it doesn't actually prove a wider point.
Last one for our test. The argument is, the National Health Institute recommends daily breakfast for brain function.
Last one. Is this a solid piece of evidence or not?
This is definitely strong. It's an expert opinion, and not just from anyone, but from a major, credible institution. The source of the evidence matters a lot. So now we know how to spot strong evidence. But this isn't just some mental exercise. The real question is, why does it even matter? Well, it's all about building your beliefs on solid ground. The source material for this has this fantastic little poem that captures the idea just perfectly. An argument can't stand on shaky proof. Build it on rock, on truth. You see, this isn't just about winning a debate. It's about connecting your ideas to something real and true. And this really gets to the core of it all. This isn't just an academic exercise. The things you care about the most, your beliefs, your values, your hopes, they deserve a strong foundation. They deserve to be built on solid ground, not on shaky proof.
Now, this idea of building on truth is where our source material from HeroesMart Academy takes a specific philosophical turn. It's worth taking a look at their perspective to understand the deeper why behind their whole approach to arguments.
According to the source, their lesson is built on a few core beliefs. The first is about being prepared to explain why you believe what you believe, which they connect to the biblical verse 1 Peter 3:15. The second is that evidence is crucial, and they point to examples from the Gospels. And the third is this idea that the way you live your life can itself become a powerful form of evidence for your convictions.
To put it simply, the source, HeroesMart Academy, believes in weaving biblical morality directly into education. Their stated view is that education without some kind of moral framework can actually be harmful.
So the crucial point here, the thing that ties everything we've talked about together, is that how you build an argument, the evidence you choose, the logic you use, it isn't just a technique. It's a reflection of your commitment to the truth you say you're defending.
And that brings us to a final, really powerful thought from our source.
If your life itself is an argument, what kind of evidence are you presenting?